Hi, I'm Jackie from Essential Yoga, and I specialise in yoga exercises for over 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s. I hope you can enjoy this video. It's for absolute beginners. It's a gentle introduction to yoga. Starting off, just standing with good posture, and that's a big part of yoga, the basic standing pose, which if you're a beginner, you need to learn that before you learn any other standing pose. So make sure you're not doing that, obviously, and your feet are about hip width. Sometimes feet together feels nice too. Spread the toes and try to get the weight equal in the feet. This is simple stuff that's just so important for slowing down aging in your joints, standing evenly in your feet. And then lift your chest, shoulders just relaxing down away from your ears, and feel like you're lifting through the crown of the head. Make sure your head's not forward, and make sure your gaze is not down. So keep that horizontal gaze and just aware of your posture. So if your head is even 1 inch forward, it's double in weight and there's more downward pressure through the spine and the pelvic floor and the knees, and you're speeding up aging or degenerative changes. And we want to slow down aging. So good posture is a big part of yoga. And we'll start some simple exercises. Inhale, just for beginners, and lift out the lower spine. And that's so good for your lower back. And exhale, lower your arms. We'll do that 2 more times. So you feel like you're reaching up, lifting out of the lower spine, pushing down through your feet. Feel that length come into your belly. And then exhale slowly, which has a calming effect. Mostly in and out to the nose. It's quite a lot of instructions, so I try not to give too many for beginners. Once more like this. This is really good to do here and there in your day, every day, especially if you're sitting a lot. Okay, now we're going to balance on one leg. So if you're a beginner, you might need the wall. You can have one hand on the wall, but if you feel it's okay, stay in the middle and bring your knee into your chest. You can grab on the shin or behind the knee and keep that reach through the crown of the head. And this is quite good for your lower back and obviously good for your balance. So another basic pose involving balance and flexibility in the hip. And let's do the other side. Reach the arms up again. Lift out of that lower spine. And then flexing, bringing the other knee in. So flexing the hip joint. Shoulders pulling down away from your ears and the crown of the head reaching up. Make sure you're not looking down. And it's fine if you need the wall if you're a beginner. Most beginners do need the wall. Really good, really good. Okay, and we're going to do a very classical yoga pose called triangle or Trikkanasana. So bring one foot out, and then just, if you're a beginner, that might be enough. Just put your hand on your thigh and feeling a little side stretch. If you're a bit more flexible, you might go a little bit further. Don't strain. There's lots of injuries in yoga from people forcing and overstretching. So feel a little stretch at your side there. And then squeeze your belly a bit or your core to lift out of that one. So your head is quite heavy, so make sure you feel like you've got your core switched on, those muscles. So hopefully you have a few of them. If not, go to a few of my other videos. I've got lots of videos for strengthening your core. This is just a gentle introduction to basic yoga poses for beginners over 50s. It's gentle. This is called triangle, so you're doing the other leg. It's tricky to get your neck comfortable in this, so just don't go too far if you're new. Okay, and make sure you keep your core switched on to lift out of that one. Bring your feet back together. Actually have feet together this time and grow tall through that spine again. So the next one, you need a kitchen bench, a wall, or I've got a window ledge which works quite well. So now we're going to put our hands on the wall or maybe a chair and lengthen your spine forward. So this is very safe for beginners. You can go right forward, but it's generally safer for over 50s beginners if you're a bit stiff to keep the hands on the wall, and so you're not rounding out too much. So think about what your spine needs when you're a bit older, lengthening and straightening. And you're reaching your crown, the crown of the head and the tailbone in opposite directions here. Should feel quite good. Try to make everything feel quite good. Really enjoy a good stretch and how it makes you feel. Okay, so that's a few basic standing poses, and we'll do a few little floor poses and some diaphragmatic yoga breathing and a little bit of relaxation. So coming down to the floor now, and have a look first. This is called cat-cow. So you do this, look forward and up, inhale, so your back is arching, and then look at your belly button, squeeze your belly, exhale. So try that. It's one of the best exercises in yoga for keeping your spine healthy, slowing down aging or degenerative changes, thinning in the discs. So try to do this every day because it will plump up the discs because they get thinner throughout the day. And then if you're doing that every day, you're slowing down the thinning of the discs throughout your lifespan. So really, really good one to do. And the good thing is you always feel better after you've done it. So short-term benefits. And the long-term benefits, you have a younger spine. So think about your future spine, your future body, and do the right thing by that. So your future self will thank your younger self for doing the right thing by your body and your joints. So that's a great one. Exhale, rounding, squeeze the belly, and then arching, lengthening the belly. Incredibly good for blood flow to the brain too. Hopefully your wrists are okay for that one. You could just do it like that as well if you need to, if you have a wrist injury. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of abdominal core, which is always quite nice. So this is what you should do if you're a beginner. Just sit on your bottom, grab behind your legs, and try to come and balance with a straight back. And if you feel a bit stronger, you can let go. Otherwise, keep your hands there. It's a bit easier and get that lift out of the lower spine. You do see people in yoga, they're straightening their legs. So that's about flexibility. So you need to be a bit more flexible and do a bit more yoga. So it is strength in the front, but it's a lot to do with flexibility in the back of the body. So beginners, just stick with the bent legs because your hamstrings will be tight, and do all my other videos and then you'll be closer towards straight legs here. So you feel your muscles working there, squeeze your belly. That's called boat pose, Navasana. Okay, and a really good one after that is called Sphinx Pose. So lie on your belly, put your elbows down, and you're trying to get your chest towards the wall in front of you and your tailbone towards the wall behind you, and try to get a little stretch into your belly now. So pulling your hands towards your hips and your hips towards your hands. So you want to have a strong belly, but also a flexible belly and also a soft belly. So the next one is very important for softening. And a lot of exercise systems don't have that part. They have the strengthening and a little bit of flexibility, but not the softening. So if you can kneel, kneeling and then stretching forward. That's called child's pose. But if you can't kneel, I understand. A lot of over 50s beginners have stiffness. No problem, it's okay. Just hug your knees in like I am here. But if you can kneel and it feels okay for your knees, kneeling, and you can put your hands wherever. They can be reaching forward. You can make a pillow with your hands. You can have your hands beside you. And that's feeling like you're softening your belly now. Try to breathe into your lower back. Telling your lower back, I'm going to look after you. I'm not going to let you get stiff. I'm going to keep working on you. Okay, and then another really good one to work on is cross-legged and try to stretch forward. Now, I know most beginners are stiff here, so you might just do that much. And if you feel really stiff, it is safer for your back and knees to do this one. Okay, so if it's okay, do the cross-legged one, otherwise do this one that I'm doing here. Okay, and just stretching forward for a few breaths. Trying to maintain that flexibility that we have naturally when we're younger. And if we never sat on chairs, we'd still have that. And then put the other leg on top if you're lying, or the other leg in front. And don't force your body. All you need to do is take it to your edge. We can feel a little stretch, no pain. Try to relax into it and enjoy it. This is very important for beginners to understand. If you want the maximum health regenerative benefits, you don't have to make it painful. You don't have to force. Just enjoy it and do it regularly. And you're slowing down aging in your body. Oh, that's why I love yoga. This is a really, really good one to do every day. And for beginners and for everybody, put your legs up in the air. So the safest one for beginners is legs up the wall. And just lie here for a couple of minutes and focusing on your breath. Try to breathe in and out through your nose most of the time because that's the healthiest way. And also consciously, just focused on your breath, your mind becomes a bit more present and calm. And often, as we all know, there's a lot of stress in life, a lot of distractions. So it's nice just to come, slow down. I think yoga is the number one form of exercise for stress management, for lowering stress. And how you manage stress in life is so important for your health, especially your mental health. Okay, and the last one, we'll lie on our back. This is called Shavasana or corpse pose in yoga. And if you're uncomfortable and your neck feels arched, put a pillow or a cushion under your head. And if your back feels uncomfortable, you can have bent knees and you might want a blanket over you if it's winter. So palms facing up and just feel your whole body relax down into the floor. Take a few deeper than normal breaths into your belly first. You might put a hand on your belly just to see that you're breathing there. And then into your chest, so deeper than normal breath in. And then out through your nose, slowly, at least 6 counts, breathing out. At the end of the exhalation, squeeze your belly a bit. If you find it hard to breathe deeply in for 6 counts in and out, you should definitely work on that. You don't want your breathing to get stiffer. So keep good diaphragmatic breathing. Working on our breathing is a big part of yoga and health. And if you breathe in your diaphragm or younger breathing, you actually have better blood flow, lymph flow, and food or gut flow. So you just want to keep everything moving, nothing stagnant. So really important to work on that. Diaphragmatic, deep breathing every day. It's a good way to start the day actually. And just relax your face, steady your eyeballs behind your closed eyes, feel your whole body scanning through and tell your body, I promise I'm going to keep looking after you and putting in a bit of work, connecting inward. So yoga is really about connection. So yes, it is exercise, but it's also about connecting to ourselves, to the world, to the peace that's always there inside us that we sometimes lose, and the love. So I hope that was a nice little introduction to very gentle yoga. If it was a bit too gentle for you, then please take a look at my channel. Go to videos, you'll see there's lots of different videos, and some of them are very vigorous if you feel like you want to be more exercised. But there's some more meditative ones, so that was just a good little gentle one for beginners. Thank you.